this is Lindsay from The Homey Life, and today I just wanted to take you along with me as I make some from scratch food for my family from a chocolate avocado smoothie that we're going to have for breakfast with bacon and eggs. I have pizza dough sourdough that I'm going to be doing. That's a new recipe that's going to be coming up on the blog. Making some homemade yogurt, sandwich bread, and maybe something else in the lot. We'll just go and see how the day goes. So let's get started with the chocolate avocado smoothie, which is my kids' favorite smoothie, and it's so healthy. So all the links will be below in the descriptions for the recipes, but for this chocolate avocado smoothie, you can use either half an avocado or a whole avocado. I have done both ways. I like to add 2 tablespoons of cacao powder. You can use milk kefir if you do that, or you can just use regular milk. I add about 3 to 4 cups of that. Several tablespoons of honey or maple syrup, a teaspoon of vanilla, a pinch of salt, and I like to add a tablespoon of blackstrap molasses. It adds extra nutrients and really enhances the chocolate flavor. But like I said, for the exact recipe, you'll find that link below. We try really hard not to have any pig products, and so we have been actually eating brisket bacon, so beef bacon, and it is so good. We just get it from a local butcher. Highly recommend if you can find it to get some brisket bacon. It just tastes absolutely amazing. And that's breakfast done. I'm just going to start making out the sourdough sandwich bread and getting that ready while it's nice and early. It is summer, so it will ferment pretty quickly. So we're just starting off with 3/4 cup of sourdough or thereabouts. I do have the full recipe link in the descriptions below. It's on my blog. Sourdough bread is really quite basic and really delicious. You just need to add some extra water. I like to add olive oil, but you can add other fats like butter in it. Generally, you add some salt. I like to add a little bit of sugar to it. And you just mix that nice and well with either with your hands, or you can do it as a dough whisk. Or if you have a stand mixer, you can definitely go and use one of those as well. We have swapped over from using coarsen flour to spelt flour as it's more of an ancient grain. And it tastes really, really nice. Once your dough is ready, you're going to let it rest for anywhere, depending on the temperature of your home. It will be anywhere from 3 hours to like 8 hours before it doubles. This literally doubled in 3 hours, so it did pretty fast. So I'm just going to let this bad boy rest, cover it up, and we will get back to that later. Now I'm just getting started with some sourdough pizza crust. So this is a new recipe I've been working on, and we really have been enjoying this as well, as you can just prepare this base ahead of time and you can freeze it if you want. And it just tastes like a store-bought pizza base. It's just really, really nice. So for this recipe, you just need ½ cup of sourdough starter. It can be discard or active. I like to add 4 cups of flour into mine. I have 1 1/4 cup of water, 2 teaspoons of salt, 3 tablespoons of olive oil. And I do like to add 2 teaspoons of Italian herbs, and you can add like garlic powder as well if you want that rich, beautiful flavor. Those spices are optional though. I really, truly love my dough whisk. It mixes your baked goods so well. It does such a good job. Just mix that well through. I like to quickly season my bowl, so I just cover that with coconut oil spray, cover it, and I'm just going to let it rest for a few hours until I'm ready to roll that out. The next thing on my list was to make homemade yogurt, which I think is really easy to make and I really enjoy making it. I do make it a little bit differently than I think I've seen anybody else make it, so if you want that recipe, it's in the link below. But right now I'm just heating the milk to 180 degrees, that's Fahrenheit, and it's 80 degrees Celsius, and once it hits that temperature, I just allow it to cool. I just thought I'd take a break from inside the house of cooking, and I've been really wanting to get some flowers to put inside and just make it look pretty. And we have lots of Thai basil. The bees absolutely love it, but we have heaps all over, so I don't feel too bad just taking a little bit from the bees. always heard if you want your flowers to last longer, you make sure you peel all the leaves at the bottom that are going to be in the water so they don't rot, and it just makes them last longer, and I have found that to be true. Also, Thai basil will grow roots in water. It will just sprout and spread, which is pretty cool. Now that the yogurt has cooled to 110 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 45 degrees Celsius, I like to add about a quarter cup of culture. So you need to have like just plain yogurt. But one of the things I do differently because I want it to be thick is I will add some gelatin. So normally for 3 liters, I add 1 tablespoon of gelatin. And I got confused. I was going to add 2 teaspoons in this one because I did less amount of milk. And I accidentally added 2 tablespoons. So it actually came out more like jello. But normally it comes out really beautiful, and I promise you, I have it on my blog post, it comes out gorgeous, thick, and you don't have to strain it or anything. It's just a really nice silky consistency when you add the correct amount of gelatin. Now that my sourdough sandwich bread has risen, I'm just rolling it and trying to get some tension into it. I'm just gonna put it now in my bread pan. I love my stainless steel bread pan. And I'll let it do its second rise, and I just loosely cover it with cling wrap, and I will let it rise for probably about another hour to 2 hours. You'll see it will get nice and big inside, and then I will put it in a nice hot preheated oven. While the sourdough sandwich bread is rising, I thought I would go and make some breadcrumbs. So this is some like older bread I've had, so it's gone a bit hard, it's been in the fridge. I'm just cutting them up. I'm gonna toast them in the oven. That was about 200 degrees Celsius, so 200 degrees Fahrenheit. I did that for like 15 minutes. Once they were nice and toasted, I let them cool a little, and I'm just gonna blend them. Once they're blended to the consistency that you like, just put them in a jar, and well, I stored mine in the fridge, and I used the breadcrumbs to make chicken parmigiana, and it was so good. Highly recommend making your own. The recipe will be up soon on my blog post. So it's been about an hour and a half, and my bread has risen nicely, and now I'm just going to pop it in a preheated oven, let it bake for about 40 minutes. And I love to top it with butter. It makes it so nice when you're going to cut into it, and just adds really lovely flavor. It just soaks straight in. It's very important to let your bread completely cool, so I let this rest for about another hour and a half to 2 hours before slicing, as it is still cooking on the inside. The recipe is below in the description for this delicious homemade bread. Now onto the pizza for tonight's dinner. We're just going to get this dough, cut it into 4 sections, and flatten it with the hands. I found this actually to be the best. I had my rolling pin there thinking I was going to use it, but honestly it's so much nicer just doing it with your fingers. Just start in the middle and work your way out, and then leave the edges slightly bigger so that you can have that nice puffy outer ring. And then my kids really wanted to help with putting the sauce on, adding the cheese and all that goodness. I will say you do need to have a pizza like pan or a pizza stone for this, so that way you get a really good crusty pizza crust. And another tip is do not add too much sauce, or you will have a soggy pizza base, and nobody wants that. So just a bit of sauce, however you like to make it. Add whatever toppings you like. My kids are a bit more boring. They like it just cheese. But mine, I loaded up with whatever I have on hand. Bake it in the oven for about 10 to 12 minutes until the cheese is nice and golden. And oh, this is so good. And now the following day, the yogurt was ready. Once again, I did accidentally add too much gelatin, so it did come out a bit thicker than normal. It was still delicious. I hope I was able to inspire you with some new recipes to try, and I will see you guys again in my next video.